Welcome back, my students. As you know, we've been looking at the 8 parts of speech, and today we're looking at conjunctions. What are they? Well, conjunctions are words used to connect words, phrases, or clauses. In American English, they are divided into 3 main types: coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions, and correlative conjunctions. And we'll be looking at all of these today. So let's get started. Coordinating conjunctions. These are used to connect words, phrases, or independent clauses of equal importance. You might have heard the acronym FANBOYS. It helps you to remember these conjunctions. Let me explain. F is for. For explains a reason. For example, I bought this gift for my friend's birthday. What was the reason for the gift? For my friend's birthday. Let's try another one. He asked for directions. Why did he ask? For directions. A is for and adds information. I like apples and oranges. He cleaned the kitchen and took out the trash. Just remember, when you're using and, you're adding information. N is for nor. Nor introduces an alternative negative idea. For example, she doesn't like coffee, nor does she drink tea. Bob nor Mary went to work today. We use nor when it's a negative idea. I've done a video on how to use nor. Check it out. B is for but. It shows contrast, a positive and a negative statement. For example, I wanted to go to the party, but I had to study. The party is yay, party, woohoo! But, here comes the negative. I had to study. Oh, boo. Let's try another one. She wanted to go to China, but she didn't have enough money. Here's the positive. She wanted to go to China, yay! But, she didn't have enough money. Oh. So remember, when you're using but, it shows a positive, yay, and a negative, aw. O is for or. It presents a choice. For example, do you want pizza or pasta for dinner? You can call me or you can send a text message. So the next time you want to use or, remember, it's for a choice. Y is for yet. This introduces a surprising or contrasting idea. For example, he studied hard, yet he didn't pass the test. She was tired, yet she kept working until midnight. They're not home yet, meaning they should be home. Oh my gosh, they're not home. They're not home yet. Why? S is for so. This shows a result or consequence. For example, I missed the bus, so I walked to school. It's very late, so we should go home. So the next time you want to use so as a conjunction, think result or consequence. Now you know all about fanboys. Look for them when you're reading. And remember, I post stories every Friday. Now let's get back to our lesson. Here's the next one. Subordinating conjunctions. These connect an independent clause, complete thought, to a dependent clause, an incomplete thought. Some common subordinating conjunctions are because, although, while, if, when, until, since, after, before, unless, as, even though, and whereas. Now let's look at some examples of these and how to use them. Because explains a reason. For example, I'm late because I missed the train. The reason I'm late, I missed the train. She's happy because she got a new job. Why is she happy? She got a new job. That's the reason. Although shows contrast. Although it was raining, we went for a walk. We didn't let that rain stop us. We went for a walk. She didn't understand the joke, although she laughed. She didn't understand it, but she still laughed. While indicates simultaneous actions or contrast. I was cooking while she was setting the table. Two different people are doing two different things at the same time. I was cooking while she was setting the table. So while lets you know these actions are being done at the same time. While he enjoys hiking, I prefer relaxing at the beach. That's contrast. He enjoys hiking. I prefer relaxing at the beach. Two different activities that are completely different. If introduces a condition. If it rains tomorrow, we'll stay home. I don't know if it's going to rain tomorrow, but if it does, this is what we'll do. We'll stay at home. You'll succeed if you work hard. The only way you can succeed is if you work hard. That's the condition. You'll succeed if you work hard. When indicates time. Call me when you arrive at the airport. Call me when you arrive at the airport. So when you get there, do this action. Call me. I was sleeping when the phone rang. So during this time, I was sleeping, and then the phone rang. If you use the word while in this sentence, I was sleeping while the phone was ringing. That means that you were sleeping and the phone was ringing. When we say, I was sleeping when the phone was ringing, it means that you were interrupted. Your sleep was interrupted. I was sleeping when the phone rang. So this was the action you were doing when the next action happened. If you use while, it's two actions happening at the same time. Do you see the difference? Let me know in the comment section below. The next one is until. This shows when something stops happening. For example, I'll wait until you're ready, meaning I'll stop waiting when you're ready. Here's another one. I'll stay at the office until you call me to let me know when you're ready. So, I will stay at the office until you call, until this action happens. Let's try one more. Don't touch the cookies until they've cooled completely. Since. This shows a reason or the time something started. For example, I haven't seen her since Monday. The last time I saw her was Monday, so since this day. I haven't seen her since Monday. Let's try another one. Since it's late, let's go home. Meaning, because it's late, let's go home. Let's try another one. I've been a teacher since 2004. This means that I started teaching in 2004. Let's try one more. I haven't seen her since last summer when she moved to Florida. After. This talks about something happening later in time. For example, I'll call you after dinner, meaning I'll call you when dinner is done or when I'm finished eating. Here's another one. Let's grab some coffee after the meeting. So, what are you going to do after the meeting? You're going to have some coffee, right? Before. This talks about something happening earlier in time. For example, wash your hands before you eat. This means you should wash your hands first and then eat your dinner, or breakfast, or lunch, or whatever it is you're eating. Make sure you turn off the lights before leaving the house. So, before you leave, check to make sure you've turned off those lights and the stove. You don't want to leave the stove on. You can also start the sentence with before, but be careful. Here's an example. Before we start the presentation, I'll check that all the equipment works. Notice that when you start the sentence with before, you're going to need a comma in the sentence. Before we start the presentation, comma, let's check that all the equipment works. Now don't forget, if you use before plus an action like washing or eating, you're going to want to use ing. So, before eating, before washing, make sure you're using ing if you're saying before at the start of your sentence. Unless. This shows a condition. It means if not. For example, you can't go out unless you finish your homework. So, you must finish your homework or you can't go out. Here's another one. I won't go to the party unless you're coming with me. So if you're not coming with me to the party, I'm not going. You can't borrow the car unless you promise to fill up the gas tank. So, you can borrow the car, but it better have gas in it when I go to use it. As. This talks about the happening at the same time or gives a reason. For example, he was texting as he walked, meaning he was texting while he walked. There's that time. While he was doing this action, he was doing this action. Let's look at another example. As it was raining, we stayed inside. Now, here's the reason. Because it was raining, we stayed inside. And yes, you can write these sentences either way, even though. This shows contrast or something surprising. For example, she went to the party even though she was tired. Meaning she was tired, but she still went to the party. Even though he was tired, he stayed up late to finish his project. Let's try one more. She kept smiling even though she was really nervous about the interview. Whereas, this compares two different things. For example, I like tea, whereas he prefers coffee. Let's try another one. He loves action movies, whereas she enjoys romantic comedies. Correlative conjunctions. These work in pairs to connect words or phrases. Common pairs include either, or, neither, nor, both, and, not only, but also, whether, or. Let's look at the examples. Either, or. This presents a choice. For example, you can either have ice cream or cake for dessert. Your choice. We'll either take the bus or walk to the park. Pro tip. You can say either or either. It's also true with neither or neither. Both pronunciations are correct. Choose one that you like. Neither nor presents two negative alternatives. Neither the teacher nor the students were ready for the test. Meaning the teacher wasn't ready, the students weren't ready, no one was ready. Let's look at another example. I like neither chocolate nor vanilla. This is a strange sentence, and most native speakers would say, I don't like chocolate or vanilla. Both and emphasizes two things. She is both intelligent and hardworking. Now, remember, we're emphasizing this. We're stressing these two facts about her. She is both intelligent and hardworking. Here's another one. He brought both sandwiches and drinks for the picnic. Not only, but also. Adds emphasis. Again, we're stressing this. Not only is she kind, but she's also very funny. The movie was not only exciting, but also educational. So both things, and we're stressing the exciting and educational. Whether or. This introduces alternatives. For example, I'm not sure whether to go out or stay home. This means I don't know. I can't decide. Here's another one. He didn't know whether he should call or send a message. So he didn't know what he wanted to do here. Coordinating conjunctions are great for combining equal ideas. For example, I want pizza and I want dessert too. Subordinating conjunctions show relationships between ideas. We can't go out because it's snowing. Correlative conjunctions add variety and emphasis. She can either play basketball or join the dance team. Keep in mind, which means remember, that you shouldn't use more than one and, if, so, or because in a sentence. Using conjunctions properly is important. There are some exceptions to this tip. For example, Bob and Mary went to the store and then went home. Two people did two things. So here we need to use two conjunctions. Look at your sentences and ask yourself, do I need more than one conjunction here? And when in doubt, make two sentences. Bob and Mary went to the store. Then they went home. Practicing these in your conversations or writing will help you improve your fluency. Remember that reading will help you. And check out these videos for writing rules and tips. Thanks for watching and for liking and subscribing and all of that other fun stuff. And until next time, please keep practicing. Bye.